In this episode of the Hardcore Medley, we take a trip to Unguro as Franci and her Whirlwind Axe attempt to survive the crater. Would really suck if we're like behind someone as they're running around doing all the quests that I would normally be doing. But let's get to work. Use this. Yeah. I'll use a health. You see with these fellas, you know, they enrage so early. Sometimes, as a warrior with Whirlwind Axe, it's not the best. Sometimes you don't do any damage. You just sit there and wait. Anyone who's been above level 50 and still has a Whirlwind Axe on hardcore, you got my respect. Hopefully I have yours. It would be a great day if I could just find a nice Khan, the Decapitator. So I can't actually do the escort. So if they go for the escort, well, it doesn't really affect me. I'd like to hand in the quest because it is 2,000 experience. 4,000, no, 2.6. The escort is 4,000. There is also a thorium over there though. I feel like that druid just sitting up there waiting to take the quest. Like I saw him go into stealth and he was heading over there, but he's not fighting that mob, so we need the pouts anyway. I mean, we've already got all the thunder pouts, but just in case, you know. Pull this mob so the druid can take the quest. Yeah. We are 265 mining now, which is good because that means our blacksmithing and our mining are finally the same level. It's been... I think this might be the first time that's happened during the mid-live up from when we picked it up. Because generally our blacksmithing has been ahead. Sometimes by quite some way. I was gonna be so mad. God, I love warrior sometimes, right? It's one of my favorite classes in Classic. But man, sometimes you're just sitting there whacking and you ain't doing anything. It's a real struggle sometimes playing warrior. Like low level warrior, every battle that you have in your low levels feels like it could be the end of your life, honestly. Because you don't have any abilities yet, right? And you're just making the mob, hoping that you hit. But then you get a string of misses and parries and dodges and it's just like, I might die. The more thorium we can get today, the better. If we can somehow manage to get the Imperial Plate Braces recipe and get one of those made at least before we log on to Bauma, that would be a pretty nice upgrade for her. But we need 20 thorium for the recipe and then however much we need for the actual craft. And I feel like we probably have about 20 now. I guess we'll head in there and try to get the... get the crate of food. Don't want to see no devil saurism, like, you know, running around charging things. Imagine you're locked into a charge and then you see a devil saurism. Where'd they come from? Like, I haven't really been that stressed in Unguro Crater throughout the medley, but the warrior is definitely the most stressful character that I'm gonna have here because This is the most important. Losing the warrior would be absolutely devastating. So yeah, seeing Devil Swords was gonna give me a jump scare no matter what. I really don't like fighting these mobs though. They are probably the most deceptive mob in World of Warcraft. The Ungaro blood petals. Because you're like, oh, it's just a flower, what's it gonna do? And then they suddenly, you know, bring out like 40 different attacks at you. I don't think I'm gonna go into the bug cave to get the scraping. It's not that bad, but you know, we're keeping Franci alive. I'm not gonna do anything that would put her in grave danger. Well, I wouldn't go to Ungaro Crater and Plague Lands. She's not gonna have a boring ride to 60. It's just we're not gonna put her in grave danger. Like how he's like, he reaches out when he hits me. Funny. One of the hardest things in Ungaro is actually seeing where you're going because you did so much shit on the map. I was about to say, there's a devil saw that walks through here. There he is. I was literally 5 milliseconds away from saying, now there's a devil saw that comes through here. And then I turned the camera and there it be. Oh, that's a good one for the video, isn't it? A good jump scare. You're welcome. Generally, I don't want to have to fight anything over here, because fighting something can turn into fighting another something, which can turn into fighting an elite. Just standing there, menacingly. He really was. He really was just standing there menacingly. He's out here somewhere. Don't want a face full of devil sword. See, the problem with the render distance in Classic WoW is that bigger mob doesn't equal bigger render distance. In some cases even, like, they have a smaller render distance. I feel like that's the case with Devil Sword. Once we get the scent gland, we'll head back up to town. But yeah, because the potions are running out as we finish this quest, basically. Hopefully, as we finish this quest. I'll probably go do the flying around and handing in all the quests. We've got to go to Winter Spring and Darnassus. Simone was one of the easier demons. I only remember the specifics of Simone because I'm pretty sure I one-shot. I trapped the pet, that's about all I remember. Like, I remember the one in Burning Steps, because it's the one that you got a wing clip, I believe, to make him calm down. Like, the one in Burning Steps was originally created, I think, as a melee fight. But most hunters these days do that by standing up on the tree. So it's definitely interesting to see how things have, like, changed. This quest generally, like, you know, done within 5 mobs. So it's an interesting one to have take so long, because I've never thought it was like a rare drop until now. Finally. We complained enough. Alright, let's head back to town. Maybe kill any oozers and Dimetrodon on the way. There's a frickin' tree that looks like a devil saw. I actually got a jump scare from that tree once upon a time. I think from handing in all these quests that we have to hand in now, we probably level up. Which will be good because, you know, going over here we need a little bit more power, and being 53 would definitely be better. I think you might be able to pick up dinosaur bones over here in Terra Run, but I've never had the quest when I go to Terra Run to like run around, you know? Like, why would I go there to run around? Sounds like a terrible idea. 20 per recipe for the first recipes.
What's on your mind?
And we want braces first. So yeah.
Up with you.
There's a good chance we find more while we're questing Nguru, but I think we're only going to get one recipe this league. Maybe Baumer would be able to get us another one, but until 60 probably, we're probably not going to have that much. Just fly up to Everlook. It doesn't matter either way, we're going to both of them. One thing I love about Winter Spring is the thing that happened up here.
How are you?
There's a video on the internet, very infamous video. Anyone who played Vanilla WoW probably knows about it. The guild Serenity now is all you need to know, and then you got the whole premise of the video if you know about it. But I remember when that came out and I was like, damn, they really went and attacked someone's funeral in a video game? That's fucked up. But now I look back at it, I'm like, if I died and people put a video game funeral on for me, I would want something like that to happen. Because through this day, people remember that. Which helps remember the person, you know? So I look back on it, it was a bad thing, but it's kind of a good thing too at the same time. Like, you wouldn't want that to happen in real life, that would just be terrible. But in a video game, it's like, oh. But in the moment, yeah, it would have been a shitty thing. Like, if I was there at that funeral, I would have been like, what the fuck, guys? How could you do this? But it's kind of crazy the things that, you know, someone like me who's been playing World of Warcraft for a long ass time has been a part of or like knows about. I was there when the plague happened. I didn't really take part in it. I was a hunter, I could have. But I was there. I found out why it was happening like after the fact. I did not even think to put like, oh, this place would be dangerous right now. I like grinding here from time to time because these ghosts are really easy. But whenever the elementals are up, it's like basically impossible. But I didn't even think about like getting corrupted blood on your pet. And then, you know, killing all of Orgrimmar. Whoever thought of that is a crazy person. Leave the raid one day and then suddenly you're an Orgrimmar and everyone starts to die around you. It's like, what the fuck? Level me up. Almost fully rested through this level. Our last point in the Blood's Cruise. Like I said, we're probably going to be about full rested experience through this level. By the time we like hand in quests and such, we're cool. I just have not been playing that much over the last month. I think Franci's journey has basically been fully rested. Alright, to the graveyard. Kill Franci. Gonna bandage. Gonna eat. Apparently bandaging does not work. Yeah, I don't want to run up there with like no health. There's probably a mob up there waiting for me. But even though that's like a self-inflicted thing, going down to like 1 HP is still scary.
Very good.
Southern Fellwood. Do that when we go back to Fellwood. Why is King Mosh there? Usually he's further in. Hopefully I can still go past him. I've never seen King Mosh that close to the cliffs. That's a bit scary, I'm gonna be honest. What's King Mosh's aggro radius? Going to the pylon is usually chill, you know? You go over there, you get the pylon done, you're fine. Why is King Mosh there? Yeah, let's see how we're gonna deal with this King Mosh situation. I should be able to get past him while he's out there. He's very close to us, huh? We'll do this quest when we're playing Franci next leg. Probably hit up some Western Plague lands before we finish Ungro completely. And definitely do Foulwood. You know, the quest that we did in Foulwood on Lena, I actually felt pretty confident on the road going through them. Sort of come to the point of acceptance where, you know, getting an epic may just not happen. Like, maybe I'm that unlucky. It's funny though, because I got one on my non-medley warrior while the medley was going on, so I feel like that warrior stole the luck from my medley characters. Because that was also when I was getting like really lucky with drops. Like, you know, we've had nearly 30 blue drops during the course of the Hardcore Medley. It's been absolutely insane. But we have not seen an epic. Which is quite insane also. So I think we did use all of our luck on the blues. To be honest. You know, Whirlwind Axe hasn't been that bad though. I was a little worried about it going into the 50s. Obviously it could be better. There's a lot. Like, you could just find a random axe at a beer and it would be better than Whirlwind. If I get the smithing tool and 2 mobs, it'd be nice. I doubt it, but it has happened before. It happened again. Nice. Now watch the lookout spyglass take like 20 mobs. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, get comfortable. Holy shit. Well, that was 3 mobs and 2 mobs. That's the best I've ever had at RNG on that quest, I'm gonna be honest. Literal best RNG ever for that quest. Still gotta get the blood petals, scales, dinosaur bones from the easy quest to do. And then I guess I might end up in Foulwood. I might just end up grinding to 54, honestly. So yeah, anyone who was excited about a TBC Hardcore, I feel like I was one of the first people talking about TBC Hardcore, honestly. I'm not going to say I was the pioneer of TBC Hardcore, but yes, I'm sure people were excited to watch me play through. But there comes a point in every man's life where he needs to stop playing World of Warcraft. And I think that point is about now. So I'm thinking we finish all these quests, we hand in, see how much experience we have left. Maybe I just grind like beasts. Like the experience they were given is pretty good. Nice. That's the kind of damage we like to see from Whirlwind Axe. Not its old glory days, you know. Whirlwind Axe is basically like an old person. It's like back in my day, I was doing massive damage. Not as good anymore, but it's still got it sometimes. Hopefully though, the next time we're playing this character, we have a different weapon equipped. Like, it's fine if we want to take our time and get 60, you know, but I wouldn't mind killing a little bit faster. We are less than 100,000 away from leveling. I should also sharpen my weapon. That would help. It's the hardest thing to remember. Put a sharpened stone on your weapon. Like, you'd think it would be like poisons, you know? Like, you notice them because when poisons aren't proccing, you're like, oh shit, my poisons aren't up. But when it's a sharpening stone, it's just like, I do extra damage. You don't really notice 6 extra damage, I'm gonna be honest. We do a flip. Nice. We did a flip, we got a blood pedal. Good. That's how it should be. Alright, time to go hand in these quests. That's a nice clean map, isn't it? Like, obviously there's stuff to do in the middle. Got like 3 quests left, but it is nice when you finish up Ungaro Crater and you just look at the map and it's like that. I don't really think I'll quest in Bellwood just yet, but handing in this 5,000 experience does seem pretty nice. And then I think we're just going to grind the rest of the way on like the Tar Lurkers and Tar Lords. At least the ones that are 54 are worth 650 experience. So even though it's like a lot of experience that we need, it's only going to be like, you know, 100 mobs. It'll go quite fast. Compared to leveling or like questing, which we would be moving around the map for, so I think this will be quicker. At least Franci's here on a mission, right? Our damage is pretty nice right now. It's always good when she actually wakes up and gets some crits. She'd be blasted right now. Serenity Belt. That is a pretty good rocket belt, I would say, isn't it? 17 intellect for the mage. That's pretty nice. It might also be a pretty good belt for Friend, however. And she is the next character to be played, so I think I'll send it to her. And I think we're about somewhere between 20 to 30 mobs away from leveling. And at least we found a blue. It's not an epic, but you know, it's something. Should I just hurf from here? We're gonna go down Asses, but I think it might be faster to just hurf. Yeah, within the experience needed now, I believe. If I can math correct, we're done. Hopefully I can math correctly. Franci is about to hit 54. It's taken some time because I haven't really been playing, but we've got her there. Let's check the gear first. We got a few upgrades over this stint. Like found some nice plate of the beer. Still haven't replaced this chest that I got 30 levels ago. And haven't been able to make any Imperial plate yet, so we don't have our full-on amazing gear yet. But overall, other than Whirlwind Axe, I think the gear's pretty good. Let's level
I
up.
am honored. May the stars guide you. Goddess.
Yay! Put our point in piercing hell now. Alright, the next character we have up is the druid, the Boomkin. Gotta get to level 55 with that. It might be difficult,